yo.
What's poppin'?
Back again with another episode of Brooklyn Boyz Radio.
Let's go.
Radio. How are you?
I'm chilling like a Moe.
How's it going?
I'm good, man. Can't complain.
How's it?
You stupid, bro. I'm chilling, man. Energy a little low, but I'm good to go.
Energy low, good
I
to
don't
go.
even know why.
I wasn't aware you were a rapper.
Yo, this guy's crazy. What's wrong with you? How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was good.
What you did this weekend?
Stuff.
Like?
Spent time with my daughter. God is great.
It's always good, spending time with the kids.
I mean, that's the most important part. Other than that, just stuff. How was your weekend?
Yo, I had a good weekend. This contract is at the crib, same shit as last week. A lot of work going on. They finished the windows. Still don't have a front porch.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming along. Yeah. Shout out to Bruce Wayne and Mike. And I told you congratulations to him, Bruce and his wife, his fiance, soon-to-be wife, Nikki. They was in town on the weekend, and on Sunday they called me. It was like, yo, let's go grab a bite to eat. And I'm telling you this because this shit was so funny. You know I don't be into the pause shit, right? But I had to pause this nigga crazy, right? Because he was at the table, right? So he eating with his girl, like his fiance. So she feeding him, like giving him food and shit like that. The nigga Bruce go, yo, baby, please, no more meat.
I thought you said that, we're grown men.
Yeah, I hear you. But that shit was so funny. I had to die laughing. Because he's like, he was pleading. Like, baby, please, no more meat. I was like, yo, that shit sound crazy.
It do sound crazy.
That shit sounded crazy. So
it sounds nuts.
I know I'll be playing with the pause shit, but that shit was too funny, man. All I do was die laughing, man. I couldn't stop laughing at that shit, man. I was like, yo, this nigga Bruce is crazy. He started laughing. Mike started laughing. Mike started getting on him crazy. So, man, we had a good time, man. It was good to see them and just kick it. And, yeah, that was it, man. I came home and yeah, back to construction. And construction costs you a little bit more. Everything you start finding out other prices. Oh,
of course.
Yeah, I ran into an $800 price, all out the blue. My house almost burned down, thank you, God. And I'm going to tell you how God is so amazing, right? I think that night before I went to bed, I was dreaming about, or something came up about God's spiritual armor. And there's a prayer in the Bible. I can't remember what psalm it is. It's a prayer, helmet of salvation, breastplate, spirit of salvation, helmet of peace, sword of spirits and word. I can't remember the whole. I don't know. You know what's so funny? When I read it, I know it, but to say it out loud, I don't know the whole thing.
It makes sense that if you read it, you know it.
No. Meaning, like I can see that, not like that. You know how you can read some couple of words and you just remember the rest. Mm-hmm. This prayer. So the prayer kept coming to my head, right? And shout out to Tracy. This girl gave it to me on those picture frames you put up. So I have it in my room on my wall. And I remember getting out the bed and saying, yo, I should read, that prayer. I get up every morning and I pray before I do anything. But this particular morning, I got up like at 5:33 in the morning and got up and went in the bathroom. And I passed back the prayer and went in my bed and I got up and said, no, go read that prayer. And I read that prayer. You know what I mean? And it's a protection prayer. And I promise you, that prayer came in so handy that day.
That's the same reason why you don't like the way rubbers, you just say the protection prayer.
This guy, why you always gotta go here when we doing this? So like, this ain't that. This ain't that. What's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I read that prayer, and when I read that prayer, not knowing what's gonna happen later on in the day, there was something. It was like all the right elements happened at the right time for this particular thing to happen. But a plug caught on fire. And I had a cleaning lady there, and she's like, yo, your lights is off upstairs. And I'm like, that's strange. Like, nothing was on upstairs. I said, did you turn something on? She's like, no. So I said, all right, cool. I went back downstairs. I clicked the switch, and the switch said, zzz, poof. So I clicked it again. I ain't never heard that. It said, zzz, poof. I said, nah, this is crazy. So I walked away. Don't click it again. But then I went back and clicked it again. Zzz, poof, 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 poof. Right? I was like, whoa, whoa. So I called an electrician. But when I went upstairs to see the lady, I was like, I smelled smoke, but it was faint. So I looked in my room, looked in the bathroom, I looked in the other room, but I never looked in the third room because the door was closed. And I just kind of, everything seemed normal. The electrician came within an hour, went upstairs, and he had smelled smoke from downstairs through it's like a pipe that run the wires up. Mm-hmm. He said, I smell smoke in this. He said, let me go upstairs. And so we went back upstairs, all the stairs, and we checked. And we went into that room I didn't go into, and you could smell the smoke pungent in there, right? And I'm like, yo, the smoke in here is crazy. Like, where this coming from? So we start moving shit. It's me, him, and his partner, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Moving shit. And he's like, yo, this outlet. Son, the whole outlet is black, like from fire thing on there. Man, listen. And so, long story short, really, so got back on the power. We fixed that problem. Thank God nothing burnt. But it was behind something like this was behind it. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Next to it. So they really didn't catch on fire. But on the other side, so half of the floor came back on after they spent like an hour and a half. They had to rewire everything and pull wire. It was just a mess. So they did all that stuff. And only half of the upstairs came back on. I'm like, oh, it's all on the same circuit breaker. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, why half of it came on? He said, one of these outlets got to be out. Now, the outlet that was on the other side is like behind a bed, like a bed is on the side of the outlet. You know how you got like a bed? Uh-huh. If that outlet what this outlet did,
the mattress would have caught on fire.
He said, yo, you've been calling the fire department today. You would have never had a chance to call me. So I was like, yo, thank God for that prayer, man. So thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? So Saturday was a doozy, but, it is what it is, man. Just want to share that, how good God is, man, because you never know.
God is good. Good is God.
All the time. All the time. So we're going to get into the show. Let's get into the show, Mo.
Word.
Yo, Mo, shut up, man. You sound mad drop. Word. What is that, man?
Word.
Mo's on one today. So I saw this the other day. This came up. And they say these are a couple of things that won't be here in the next 5 to 8 years. So let's go through some of these.
Actually, 4 years, because the year's over.
It's over 4 years. So, okay, what is it, 4 to 8 years? So 4 to 7 years. This stuff probably won't be in existence no more. It said by 2030, cash shouldn't be in existence. We'd be using either a token system or a credit card system where, they said each year people stop using cash 10% less each year.
I don't carry cash, hardly ever.
I don't neither, but I got to start carrying cash again. I love it when I have money in my pocket. I hate the debit card shit. I love cash. It's nothing like cash to me. I think the debit card shit, we just use it because it's convenient, but to me, cash is still king, man. It's nothing like that paper in your pocket. But, listen.
I used to always carry cash. Like, I don't carry cash at all now.
Yeah, that's why niggas can't rob niggas out here.
Hardly ever.
You rob a nigga, what you getting from? You got to take the nigga, walk the nigga to ATM?
Yeah, pretty much. And then you can only get $1,000 limit.
Yeah, Mac, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. Don't rob nobody. They say paperless receipts. Meaning that now people just
email them
they
and
gonna
all of
email
that.
it to you and just say, well, that's saving the trees.
Pretty much.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing for the
And
environment.
yeah, I like the email receipts because you can't lose them.
Yeah. So excuse me, sorry. Traditional keys. Like keys for your door, not keys that you sell, nigga. Traditional keys.
I don't sell keys anymore. There's no money in that anymore.
And so so traditional keys. You know, it's funny because one of my doors, I don't even have a key. I still have keys, but I have 2 doors that you could just punch a code in. You know what I mean? And now they talking about stepping it up to like they do have the fingerprint one.
Or the retina scan.
And some other scanning shit they have you could do. Some biometric scan or some crazy shit.
Retina scan.
So they say no more cables. You know, like your phone wires and all that shit.
All wireless chargers.
All wireless shit. Even when you go plug up, like when you go to, so I remember back in the days when you had to transfer your phone information, you had to plug it up. Now everything is like
Just put it right next to it.
Bluetooth and kind of just go right. You making me yawn, man. We tired. Oh man, yawning is contagious. Stop yawning, Mo. What's wrong with you? Anyway, they said physical credit cards. Everybody, you know, a lot of people. I don't like that neither. I never put a credit card on my phone. Everybody be having a credit card on their phone.
I got a couple of cards on my phone.
Yeah, I just don't like it. So I don't do it. I don't even play with it. I hate that. Bloop. I hate that. And I hate
I hardly use it, but I've used it once or twice. It's come in handy once or twice, in all honesty. Like, anytime I've forgotten my wallet and I forgot my wallet home, but at least
but then what if you lose your phone? Now you lose your money.
That's not true, because they need a passcode to get in your phone.
Now I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just stranded. See, I don't like having things all in one thing.
No, I carry my wallet. I'm just saying, like, it came in handy.
I'm just saying when it go down like that, for me to have, like, you know, sounds crazy. You know, that's why I never got me an iPhone early on. I never wanted it. Because when I first had the first one, like the first generation ones that come out, it would hook up to my computer. They, you know what I mean? They showed me in the store. They put it on my computer to watch. Everything was. I felt like I couldn't escape myself from the technology. And then I feel like, you know, I've never put my keys. You know, some people got that key attached to their wallet thingy. I ain't never do that. Or even your wallet, and you have your credit cards in your wallet. You got your money. I was never a guy like that. My credit card was with my wallet. My little wallet thing, and my money was somewhere else on
My
it.
cash couldn't fit in my wallet.
Anyway.
Because my knot was too big.
Okay. Got time for this nigga bag. Okay, it can fit on your phone now though, right? All the debit cards now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't put all my debit cards on
okay.
my phone now.
I'm just making sure, because you say you don't use cash now.
I got my little wallet right there. Keep all my cards in there.
That's a fucking bitch wallet, bro.
No, it's not, because you know
Look
you
how
know
small
what's,
that shit.
No,
the fuck
because
you putting in there?
Let me tell you something. I had the Tom Ford wallet, the big joint. Bro, every time I sat down, it started hurting my back.
Yeah, I used to have a wallet like that. So,
yeah, that's why
my shit over there.
I
got the thing that you flip like this. All my cards just pop up.
Yeah, no, I just put my cards in there. It's a lot easier.
This one I'm gonna be happy about. They said no more passwords. I hate password shit, bro.
He said I hate it.
Because when you change it and you forget it.
I got the same password for everything.
Yeah, listen, you can't go back to it. I think you should say that on here. But anyway, but take that out, please. You can't never, like, sometimes I forget the password, right? Then I'm like, I'm going to put it back this password. Then they tell me I can't put back the same password.
Yeah, yes, your Samsung phone doesn't save passwords?
Yeah, it does. But I just started learning how to do that.
Samsung phones can't save
Whatever,
passwords.
nigga.
Get out of here.
Like I said, so I hate that. So whatever y'all got for passwords, please let me know, because I don't want to remember no more passwords, bro. Even my debit cards, they all in different numbers. When I go, sometimes I punch in the wrong number the first time, I'm like, oh, it's the wrong card. You know what I'm saying? Wrong number. They say television channels.
Oh, they're gonna be
like
phased
linear
out.
TV.
Yeah, it's gonna be all streaming, all on demand.
Yeah, on demand shit. That's just cable in a different form. And some people saying human beings, man. You seen that Amazon? They said by the end of this month, I think they laying off like 30,000 Workers.
Things about to get bad out here.
And they say they plan to lay off like 600,000 workers. How much money you could, Jeff Bezos, let me ask you a question though. Yo.
How much money you need?
It's Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much money do you really need? Like, you one of the richest men in the world, right? Or like he the top 5, 10?
Not necessarily, believe it or not.
They say let's see what Jeff Bezos is at in America. How rich is he? Because I could have swore they say he was like top 2, 3 richest people in America.
Oh, in America? Yeah, in America.
So, Amazon gonna make money for the time or whatever. Why you gotta get rid of someone? I'm not saying that you, he the 4th richest man in America? How about in the world?
This is the 4th richest in the world.
So look,
is he?
Rich. Right?
No, he's definitely rich.
So
I know that.
How much richer you want to be that you gotta
I
fuck
don't think
up families,
I
bro?
think you have to understand that it has nothing to do with Jeff Bezos. It's just the nature of business to always continue trying to make more money.
I hear you, but I don't know if that's the nature of business is what you make it. Because there's people that run good business and there's people that run bad business.
But why is that bad business?
I'm not saying that because
if he's now found the technology, right, where it's more efficient for him to do it that way.
I'm not telling you that, Mo. I'm just saying. Also, I just feel like, once again, you can do business a different way and make sure I can still get mines. I could probably lay off half. I'm gonna lay off 600,000 people.
But what if it no longer makes sense to employ those 600,000
Nah, Mo,
people?
it's always makes sense to have people, bro. Always gonna make sense to have people with some type of goal.
Unfortunately, the world is evolving. I mean, there's a point that we may reach where it's going to be what do they call that? Where the government is just
subsidize you this money.
Yeah,
that's
this
what
is
they
what I'm because it may be obsolete to have human workers.
Yeah, but the problem is, see, that comes with a problem. You know,
it does come with a problem because now the government is in total control.
Control of you. Not only that, they had this model I think we talked this about a while ago, and they asked AI like, what will human beings look like in the future?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And it was
robots
like
and all the wires
robots
and all that.
with wires and shit.
But that's where it's headed.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I'm taping. Yeah. So that's
Listen. You got. First of all, you got women with all these artificial parts. Like, where do you think it's going? Did you see now they have the glow-in-the-dark implants?
Why would you want that?
Like, you could literally press your implant and it'll light up. So, like, when you go out to the club, like, you can make your implants
I'm about to say,
blue.
niggas can't find a titty in the dark, nigga. I've been finding titty in the dark all my life, nigga. I need to glow-in-the-dark shit now.
They have those. Now they have the diamond-cut veneers. Like, all... Listen, man.
I don't know.
They trying to improve on God's design.
I don't know. Well, I guess we can go into this real quick because, you know, we 28 days into the government shutdown, 28, 29 days into the government shutdown. I was talking to a federal worker today, and she's like, yeah, it's 29 days. I'm still at work, not getting paid.
Not getting paid, yeah.
I'm like, yo, how the fuck are you just at work not getting paid?
Because I saw some federal workers down at the it was on Instagram. They were down at the food bank. Talking about they haven't been paid in the past 2 weeks.
and she was like, yo, man, if we just hope. I said, they're going to retro pay you your money, right? She said Trump hasn't approved that. They said they gave the military some money. Cause I guess she on top of it. He gave the militaries they pay, but it's not guaranteed that they will even get retro pay. I said, it's not guaranteed that they will back pay you. So what about, I know how true this is. This is what she told me today. I said, so you just got to sit there and twiddle your thumbs at work. If this shit lasts 2 months, what happened to your bills?
It's crazy.
You know, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
That shit got to be fucking crazy,
and
bro.
And now they cutting off EBT. Like right at the point where we get into the holidays. And I mean, a lot of people count on that, man. And it's just, bro, things about to get bad. And
this is the Trump y'all voted for. This is the Trump y'all was cheering for, bro. Yeah. And this is the longest shutdown in government. The second longest shutdown was Trump first term. So your boy got 2 long shutdowns. And this is the same dude that said, you know, when he got in office, day one, gas is gonna go down, eggs, food gonna go down, all kind of shit. So I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's about to get medieval out here.
That shit crazy.
Get yourself a mask and a hammer.
You know, I seen it's some celebrity news. I seen Kevin McCall. I don't know if you're familiar. He's a writer, songwriter.
That's a Chris Brown situation.
Yeah, but you know, he's a writer. He was crying that he was on EBT and shit like that. Yo, Kevin.
Not no more, Kevin.
Kevin, we all been on EBT. I was never ashamed of my EBT card. Hey, let me tell you something.
Well, he got his wish. He's not on EBT no more.
Listen, man. Listen. Don't be ashamed of that, man. Especially those y'all entrepreneurs out there making in y'all business. Y'all, you know, a lot of times we lose a lot of money because of, you know, equipment we gotta buy, rent and shit we gotta pay, and we qualify for EBT. So you qualify for it, go get it, man. Don't be ashamed of it. Embrace it, man. You know what I'm saying? Use it as a tool. Like Trump used the taxes as a tool, or, you know, people use different, what we talked about the other day, people use as a tool. Bankruptcy as a tool. Use it as a tool until you can dig yourself out that hole, out that rut to get you and your family
Too
by.
late, Kevin. Can't use it as a tool no more.
Damn, Kevin. Damn. I was watching this thing too, these two girls online the other day, and this guy asked them like how much money a man has to make for them to date him. And I know we go through these topics, but every week I hear
the level of delusion.
Every week I hear some crazy shit that I gotta bring to you. It's not me. It's the ladies that say it, or some crazy nigga says some shit. So I just bring you what I hear. You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at me because this is something that, you know, I bring up often, it seems like. But it comes on my timeline every week. So he asked one lady, how much a man gotta make to be with you?
To be with you, yeah. And she said
$10 million.
Between $10 to $20 million.
All right. The other lady was, I guess, more moderate. She said 2. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, don't he want me to...
A year.
But look, she said $2 million a year. So hold up. The other girl said $10 million, period, but the other girl said $2 million a year. So...
How much do you make?
Hold up. Time out. I'm going to get to that. But this was the funny shit. I don't know nobody to comment on this shit. And so she was like, don't he want me to keep my hair and nails done? Don't he want me to keep my ass washed? I'm like, what? Keep your ass. That's what made me talk about it. When she said, don't he want me to keep my ass washed? I'm like, yo, bitch, you don't wash your ass, whether you got a nigga with $2 or $10 million. Like, what we talking about, bro? How you gonna talk about he don't want you to keep your ass washed? I can't believe that shit. So how much the dude make? That depends on if you wash your ass or not. Yo,
it's bad out here.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe this shit. Said I'm listening to this, and other girls like, he got to make $2. You know how hard it is to make $2 million be and some people make it easy, right? But that's a small percentage. Some people may do that, but the everyday dude, and y'all girls
$2 million a year. Yo, listen, I just can't say nothing, bro.
You know, you want $2 million a year. You know, you want your hair done. You want your nails done. You want your bills paid. And I don't. Yeah,
but
listen.
What are you doing? This is what I want to know.
I want a chick that's gonna match my $2 million a year. God. How about that? So we can have 4.
Bruh, listen. You don't even need to match my $2 million, man. Just.
No, I think that's the requirement now. I think we got to start.
That's not.
No, time out. No. Listen to what I'm saying. I think that's the problem. Men keep selling ourselves short, and I think we got to start dating within. I think we talked about this last week. In your bracket,
let me tell you what's the problem.
What's the problem?
The woman that makes $2 million doesn't want a man that makes $2 million.
Sometimes, but not all the time. And I think if you
Styles, it is their nature.
No, but listen. If you have a woman that's making $2 million and you making $2 million, I'm just throwing out this number because this girl said it. So I'm not saying that we got $2 million or somebody's got $2 million or somebody got 10. I'm just saying what this girl said. If 2 people making $2 million, I think that you can establish a great respect for one another in that relationship.
That's from the perspective of a man, Styles.
Listen, man.
All
women ain't like that, man. I can't say that, man.
I'm not speaking for all women. We're talking about the majority. The exception
I don't know if it's the majority.
Not the rule. Listen, women will tell you. That's just the way that women are designed. If they want a man that's making more, that's what they want. They want to look up at their man. They don't want to look across at him. They don't want to look down at him. They want to look up at him.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's just about finance. I think if you got a dude who come home and they know how to cut grass, they know how to put up a piece of sheetrock, or you know what I mean. They know how to.
That sounds great, but you know what you're doing right now?
What?
You're doing the same thing that they do, right?
That's not true.
No. Just hear me out. Hear me out. You're projecting on them what you would hope a woman would be, the same way they project on us.
That's not where I'm coming. I'm coming from who my grandmother is, who my mother is, who my aunt. So I'm coming to women in my life.
How many years?
Yeah, listen,
I'm coming. Stop.
My daughter, mother.
Bro, listen
how many years is what?
Listen to me. And are they all
the women that I date
let me ask you a
now?
question.
Most of the women that I date.
No, so let's be honest, Styles. Let's be honest.
Go ahead.
Out of all of the women that you've dealt with, what percentage are like your moms, or like your grandmother, or like Snoop?
I only date women that's like my mother.
Styles, we talk every day, and you tell me about the stuff you go through.
No. There's a difference. There's girls that I date, and I'm girls that I make my girlfriends. The women that I make my girlfriends.
I'm talking about the women that have come into your life.
No,
I'm talking about the women that you deal with.
The women that I'm fucking. Oh, it's not too many of them. Like,
but this is what I'm telling
I hear
you. It's the minority.
But what I'm saying to you,
I'm not saying they don't exist.
Yeah, the woman you pick.
I'm just saying that 9 times out of 10, that's not what you're running into.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Mo, is we still got the power as men. You know why? Because it's who we decide to pick.
We also have the power to be by ourselves.
No. But I don't want to be by myself. So
no,
I think
I
think a lot of men pick women that's not good for them, and they don't match who they are or what they want in a woman. So they come out bitter and they have these problems. As a man, if you start picking better quality women, when it comes to you, see, it's different. When you got women that you're fucking, and you got women that you decide to make your significant other, those are two different women.
Let me ask you a question. You have conversations with many men, correct?
100%.
And would you agree that you constantly hear the same thing from every man about women?
So yes, and I would say this though, because I gotta keep it a buck. The men that I talk to are men that's just outside dating. The men that I talk to that's in relationship, all my friends that's in relationship, they don't have those problems with their women. So that's the difference. And that's totally honest. If I'm talking to Paul, if I'm talking to Mass, if I'm talking to my brother, they don't have those problems with the women they with.
They don't have the problems of accountability. They don't have.
Oh no, people. We're not talking about. I'm talking about the financial part.
I'm not talking about the superficiality. I'm not
Shit,
talking
yeah,
about
I'm
the
talking
transactional because I would hope the dudes ain't gonna get into relationships
But that's what.
with.
Hold up. That's what I'm saying though. We have the power as men to pick who we decide to be in a relationship with. So if you with a fucked up bitch that's not treating you right, not giving you the shit that you deserve, or not being considerate, that's on you. You pick that person.
You have to take a level of
accountability as a man.
That.
Yeah, man. So like I said to you, like I had a girl that I met. I think I told you about this a couple of months ago. Dude, I'm sorry.
Yo, he went from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. He called himself down. He called himself down.
I'm pushing it back. I'm sorry. I'm still pushing back a buck. Go ahead. Yeah, like I was telling you, man. I met a girl a couple of months ago, right? And it was so funny. I met her online, and we talking, and she says to me, "Oh, it's my birthday." I said, "Oh, happy birthday." Now, I've never met her in person. Mm-hmm. I just talked to her via text about 4 times. We didn't even get to the number exchange. We just about to exchange numbers. Like in that text, we was exchanging information, right? So we exchanged numbers, right? And then when we exchanged numbers, I said, "What you doing this weekend?" "Oh, it's my birthday weekend. I'm actually out right now getting my feet and my nails done." I said, "Oh, okay, dope, man."
That's why I'd have hung up, because I would have known what was coming.
I said, "Nah, man, happy birthday." Mind you, this is the first time I get the number. She said, "Well, you should be a gentleman and just send me some money for my feet and my nails."
How does that make me a gentleman?
I said, "Shorty, I never even had a verbal," and at this point, we only talk a text. I never had a verbal conversation with her, like, "Hello, how you doing?"
Yeah, you don't know her.
I don't know her from Adam. So I go, I said, "I hear you, Shorty, but I never even had a verbal conversation with you. How you even asking me to get your feet and nails done? I say, hey, if you stick around, maybe next year you get your feet and nails done, but it ain't gonna happen today, right? And she said, okay, thank you anyway. And I never texted her again.
You never heard it from her again.
Right? Because I found it awkward, like, bitch, like, you cute and all that, but you got the wrong one. So I do agree with you when you're talking about random women that you're just dating.
What's out there? Wait, but let me put you on to something. She's a bum.
A straight bum bitch.
I've discovered the bum test, right?
Go ahead.
Proves that these people are bums.
The bum test.
Right?
Go ahead.
If you're driving down the street and you pull up to a red light, and me, Mo, I knock on your window, you roll your window down. Hey, can I get $1? Right? I'm not a bum because I know you. I'm talking about if it's me.
Oh, you, okay.
If it's me.
Yeah.
If it's me, I'm not a bum. That's your man. Like,
oh,
yeah, oh, here, Mo. But if somebody that you don't know knocks on your window and says, can I have $1? They're a bum.
Yeah, that's a vagrant. Yeah,
because you don't know them.
You don't know them from Adam.
So she's asking you for money and you don't know her.
I don't know
that
her.
Makes her a bum.
And I was like, yo, this shit is just...
Don't that make sense?
I don't, like... Yo,
if you asking for money and I don't know you, you're a bum. Because anybody that walks up to me on the street that I don't know and asks me for money, they're a bum.
Yeah, but a couple niggas that can walk up on the street right now and ask me for money. I still think they're a bum, but that's a whole nother story.
No, but you get what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
Oh, but I got one better for you, though.
What's up?
So the homie hit me the other day. He's like, yo, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, what's up? So he met this he met this shorty, real pretty, Spanish shorty or whatever. And they spoke on the phone, same situation like you, maybe 3 or 4 times. So he's like, yo, let me take you out. So she's like, okay, yeah, you could take me out, but you're gonna have to pay me for my time. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for the date. She's like, no. She said, look, this is the way I see it. When I go to work, they pay me for being there. So, yeah, okay, you're gonna pay for the date,
bitch,
but I also need like $300 for my pocket. What? Yo, is this and this is what I'm talking about, Styles? Like, what?
I never had that one.
Bruh, it's coming. Because this is the new thing.
I'm about to shack up, man. I'm about to link up with and get me a real wifey, man.
Bro, this is the new thing.
Yo, listen, man. There's a lot of bum bitches out there, bro. When is the appropriate time a woman should ask you for money? Do you have that? Do you think you have a time when a woman should ask a man for money?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think a woman should ask a man for money. I don't. I truly do not.
You think you just give it to him?
I think that a man should, when he cares enough about you to do something for you, he's going to do something. I don't think a woman should ask a man for money because if he doesn't offer, then obviously, I'm not with that. Don't ask me for money, bro. I've honestly, I was in my last situation for, and that's crazy when I think about that. I was in my last situation for 2.5 years, and I can honestly tell you that this girl has never asked me for anything. I've taken it upon myself, but that's crazy. I'm really she's never, ever asked me for anything. It was just literally, okay, I see something needs to be done, and I've helped her, but she's never asked me for anything.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an appropriate time or not an appropriate time to ask for money. I just know I just can't meet you, and you ask me for money, or I ain't invested into you, and you asking me for money. Now me taking you out and we doing fun things, or me even getting you a gift if we've been dating long enough, right? If we've been dating for a few months or 2-3 months, and your birthday come up, man, I might do something a little nice. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. Or we dating for a while and you want to go away, I could do that. Or me, let's take an initiative and planning the dates or paying for all that stuff. I have no problem with that. But for a woman to come to me and go yo, after a week, a month, yo, can I get $500? What?
But I'm gonna give you a comparison that's pretty much equal, right? That's when is the appropriate time for a man to ask a woman for sex? Mm-hmm. Men don't ask, right? You just wait until the time is right and it happens.
Yeah, she gives it to you.
And most women will tell you, like, a man might. Most women will tell you, like, a man might say, "Can I have a kiss?" And they be like, "Oh my God, nothing turns me off more than when a man asks me." Right? Like,
They say that for head
just
all
wait
the
for the
time.
right moment.
They be like, "Yo, don't ask me for head. Let me just give you some head."
Just wait for the right. But it's the same. So what's the difference?
So, or women may say, "How about this one?" Women say, "When I have sex with you, then you my man. So when I give you my money, when I give you the money, you my girl. You gotta ride with me and do everything I want you to do." Like, I don't know.
And then this is the other component, right? Mm-hmm. Men get the responsibility without the respect, because a woman can ask you for money today and still be out with Tom, Dick, and Harry tomorrow. She doesn't feel that you doing that for her means anything, bro. It's just literally, it's you proving that you like her, right? But there's no responsibility on her part. There's no respect that comes to you for doing that.
Well, like we talked about this the other day. A lot of women you can buy out here.
Yeah, of course.
Because you could just buy, whatever it is that they selling. And if you buy it, it's going to come with some shit they're going to have to give you.
But let me tell you the beautiful thing. A lot of women, you don't even have to buy out here. You just have to look like you can afford them.
That's true too.
That's the.
They'll bust it open quick.
And they'll bust it open.
He got a
quick.
what? He's driving a what?
Exactly. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, ladies, I want to tell y'all this. I didn't say it. Another woman said this. She said, deep throating will release past traumas and let me say that again. Oh, okay. Ladies, so I didn't say this, but another lady said this. She said deep throating can unleash past traumas. And it can also help you let go some past uninterrupted emotions.
I don't know what those are, but I think you need to let them go by deep throating. Oh yeah, because she said your throat chakra.
I don't know what that was, but if you got some tied up emotional things going on, you got some past trauma, just open up your mouth and I guess deep throat and it'll be all right.
Let it all go.
I'm glad she put that out there.
I know you are.
I'm glad she put that out there. So I'm just relaying the message, lady, because this is what she said. I didn't say this. I just found it very interesting, and I'm trying to see if anybody's trauma went away when that happened, when I did it to them. Did it go away?
I don't know.
I gotta make some phone calls later more and figure that out. Gotta make some phone calls. Can you ever be too tired for sex?
I think so.
Then if that's the case, how many nights you can say I'm too tired?
What do you mean, how many nights? I mean, I think that's...
Can you come home 7...
You could use that excuse maybe once a week, man.
Yeah, but can you, if you're in a relationship, can you say that for 5 days straight? I'm too tired?
Hell no. Because the truth is, we didn't have sex that night so you can get a good night's rest so we can do it in the morning or do it later the next day.
So if how many days is too many days for her to tell you, like, nah, is it 5 days, is it 2 weeks, 30 days?
Let me say this, ladies, and I think y'all never think about this, right? When you constantly reject your man, y'all do know that has an effect on him, right? Like, y'all will reject a man and then expect him to initiate after y'all rejected him how many times? Like, and it's so crazy because you and I both know you can't reject a woman's advances because then you're gay or then you don't think she's beautiful and they take that to heart. You understand? Y'all internalize that. But when it comes to men, like, y'all will reject a man and just expect him to initiate, right? And sometimes it'd be like, nah, I ain't even gonna bother. For real.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if you keep turning your man down, don't be mad if you go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
So
like,
a possibility.
You can't feel that way. And yeah, that's just my opinion on it. And some other celebrity news, I call Sexy Lexi a celebrity. You know what I mean? Sexy Lexi is a friend of mine from I used to record her group back in the day. Shout out to that whole group, man.
What was that song again?
I forgot her new song that's out. I like it though.
No, the old song.
What?
The song they had.
I don't know.
Wasn't it Sexy Lexi and they had, what was that song they had?
Well, her and Moe used to be in the group.
Yeah,
together.
what was the song?
I don't remember. That's a while ago.
I forgot the name of the song.
Man, do that over, man. I want to do that to her group. Make them sound. What's that song again? Like we can't remember her shit.
Because
I know, but I don't want to hate
Oh,
on.
okay.
Man.
Okay.
Call me back here.
3, 2, 1.
So in some other celebrity news, shout out to my homegirl Sexy Lexi. If y'all ain't never heard of Sexy Lexi, go check her new single out. Sexy Lexi. She had it's a friend of mine. I used to record them back. What the name of their group was? DNA, I think. I don't remember the name of their group back in the days, but it was something. But
How you don't remember the name of the group?
Because it didn't last that long. They all kind of went their own ways. They did. Shout out to Moe too. I can't remember the other two, but it was back in the way I laughing. It was back in the days. I don't remember the group, but I remember Sexy Lexi and Moe though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they both doing their own thing, independent from each other. You know what I'm saying? Were they both on Love and Hip Hop, or just Moe was on Love and Hip Hop? I don't know.
I think it was just Moe.
Just Moe? Okay, cool. But we saw Sexy Lexi the other day, and when we went to Jersey for that film festival, she was there. And I'm bringing her up because she had put out this thing the other day, and she's like, guys are weirdos if they jump in her DM and they trying to holler at her, and she not giving them the time of day, and they jump from her and go to her friend. And she said that's weird for a guy to do that, and her friends, they be laughing at them. What make you think if I didn't want you and then you go to my friend, she gonna want you? And she said that's weird. And I had to disagree with Lexi for me. I don't know. And I brought it up because I wanted to know if that's weird or not, right? So I did write on her page, and I said, yo, Lex, like, so if your friend, if you don't want the nigga, and you tell a nigga no, he sees your friend, and he's interested, not because she didn't say they got together. She just basically said he jumped in my DM. He hollered. He told me no. He saw your best friend, and then her friend even hotter, or her friend is, I like her too. And shot is shot. Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with that. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And if that's your friend, he could be your friend's soulmate for all you know. They could have a great relationship. Like, if she like him, she's not okay to like him because he asked you out. I don't know. Like, I
think women think different than men do.
Yeah, they probably so.
You know?
If a chick hollered at me, and I was like, nah, I'm not interested.
How about, let's say she hollered at me and I didn't want her, and then she came to talk to you.
Yo!
What the hell?
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, but that's what I say. Women think different.
Yeah, but chick hollered at me, and I go, yo, I got a girlfriend, shorty. I'm good. And she like, I like Moe.
But
I don't care.
No, we don't. But I think women think different because it's just like,
I don't see
a woman to get with a man, and the other woman to be like, he was in my DM, right, girl? You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, men don't do stuff like that.
Cool. I'm just saying, so what? I wouldn't care if a girl was in your DM. She talking to you.
But this is what men don't do stuff like
that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. That don't make no sense because if you found happiness with her, I'm like, all right, good for him. I might be like, damn, man, I should.
Why you be acting like women be happy for other women's happiness?
I guess they want to be miserable and say no together, Lexi. I guess that's what it is. But I just wanted to put that out there because I ain't understand that. I'm like, that wasn't her man, right? That she wasn't with the dude. So if the other dude, if you don't like him, and your girl like him, or she's like, oh, find him interesting, I couldn't be mad for something I didn't want. That's like me going to the store and I see a coat and I don't like the coat, but I was gonna pick it, I was gonna buy it, and I'm like, nah, I don't like that coat, and you decide to buy it.
A coat and a human being are two totally
same
different.
Thing. Nah, no, you know why? Because it might fit good on you. That nigga might fit good on her friend. Wasn't just right for her. I don't know, man. Lexi, I had to disagree with you on that one, but like I said, shout out to Sexy Lexi, man. She got a new single out. I don't know if it's called Candy, but she did the cameo version, like Candy. Say hard, you know what I'm saying? Like that
do that
shit.
again?
What? Fuck out of here. Shout out to Lexi, man. This guy's crazy. I like that shit. I like that shit. It's a good record. Yo, I saw this the other day, man. I don't know if you had seen it. It was a clip. It was Kirk Franklin. You know, he be doing his podcast and shit. I don't know who the other brother was, but they asked the group, like, what is happiness to you as a man? Everybody kind of paused. And then God was like, yo, you see that we all have to take a pause for a second, because he says, as a black man, our happiness is usually caught up in making somebody else happy. It's really, we don't look at happiness for ourselves. And, you know, I thought about that shit and I said, damn, you right. Because a lot of times when I think about my success, I'm always going, yo, how can I improve shit around me? Not really me, like my mom, my brothers, my daughter, my friends, my team, like the crib. It ain't really like I'm trying to figure out for me. Even when I'm doing the crib, even though it's my crib, I'm like, I'm leaving a legacy for my daughter. Like, you can put me in a one-room shack, nigga, I'll be fine by myself. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, you always thinking about, I really felt the brother when he said that, like, you always thinking about, you know, even when I pray, not to get intimate on my prayers, but when I pray, I usually pray for other, after I thank God, I start praying for others before I even pray for myself.
I think we have to be careful, yo. I really do.
Why?
And the reason I say that, I think in this quest that people are so caught up with, that people are so focused on self-improvement, there are a lot of things about ourselves that we're never going to understand, right? Just like a lot of things in the universe that just happen to work, but we can never figure out how they work, right? And I think God designed each of us to have a function. And part of man's function has always been to protect, to provide, to go put their life on the line, right? To go hunt, to bring food back to the village. And I think that we're just getting to a point, man, where it's just people focus so much on themselves that we constantly question anything that we do that isn't for us, right? And God designed everything in this universe to work with each other, to coexist, right? Man responsible for woman responsible for man, woman responsible for child, man responsible for women and children. And I think the happiness coming from doing for others is just something that's innate within us. Because truthfully, and I think this this is for most men, you get more joy out of doing for your loved ones than you do out of doing for yourself. And it's not something that you were taught, it's just something that's innate. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, right? You should never pour into those that aren't going to pour into you. But I think we're getting to a point, man, where it's just people are starting to believe that the world is supposed to revolve around you. And I don't necessarily think, I think there has to be balance.
But I don't think that's what the brother was saying. I also feel like if you go back to scriptures, it's not just taking care of others, but you also have to take care of yourself, right? And a lot of times, even with small, minute things, your daughter gets sick right now, you rush her to the doctor. Your wife gets sick, your baby go to the doctor. You get sick, you don't even go to the doctor. So a lot of times, I'm just saying, I can understand what the brother's saying, because you go back biblically, they're always talking about your own salvation, you know, things you got to do for yourself. But we as men, sometimes we negate ourselves.
But this is
and
why,
put everything in front of us. I'm not telling you that's not something that is not innate in us to take care of.
It's important to pour into those that pour into you. Most men will. That's why most married men will tell you, like, my wife is the one that makes sure.
Maybe go to the doctor.
You understand? And that's the thing. I mean, for the longest, right, it's been man takes care of the family and the wife takes care of the man. Like, that's just...
No, that is a dynamic, but I don't...
But I also think that the reason that men are beginning to look at these things more and more is because the role that's supposed to be fulfilled by these women is not being fulfilled, and men are being drained, they're being exhausted.
Well, once again, I think somebody else would tell you, pundits would say that men are just choosing the wrong women.
Yeah.
right? Because we choose them.
But there is a wealth of those. I mean, there is a plethora of those women. Every day that passes, I'm just telling you, the pool of those old-fashioned women is getting smaller.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying they don't exist.
The problem is it's not the pools getting smaller. We just keep going to the same pool looking. And sometimes we have to expound our horizons, and that's why you got brothers like the Passport Bros, or people go to different places. Because if you go to different countries and stop looking here, the pool is not just here.
Yeah, but those are still transactional relationships. A lot of times, dudes talk that Passport Bro stuff. And a lot of times, those women are looking for a green card too. And I'm not saying that they won't take care of you. Hold on. I'm not saying they won't take care of you, because there are a lot of situations where men meet these women overseas, right? And then they bring them to America, and then they end up getting westernized and end up doing the same shit that those men.
So I only could talk from experience. I ain't gonna put my man out here, but shout out to you. He don't care if I probably said his name. I ain't gonna say his name. His wife hold that nigga down to the fullest. This nigga's a cab driver, and his wife, he brought her from DR here, and they've been married for 10 years, about 10 years now. I was just talking to him the other day. I love my wife. She's the best. You know what I mean? My man, shout out to my man Fresher, not the rapper Fresher. I don't know if I should say his name, but I met him in Colombia. He was with his wife. And the care and the pour, you could see that she put. He's like, yo, man, I never had nobody to treat me like this in my life. That's why I came here. So I know a couple of.
Why don't you go to Colombia, bro? You've been to Colombia a couple of times. Why you ain't bring nothing back?
I know. I probably got to do something like that. But I know a couple of guys that has wife from overseas and shit like that, and they happy with their situation.
Yeah, but listen, man, and I know that, and I can't say that social media is an accurate depiction of what's out there, but Styles, come on, bro. Like, you see the posts, and it's not even just about the posts. You see the comments under, bro.
All I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing.
I'm not saying that there aren't women out there that nurture. I'm just telling you that there's more of a chance that you're gonna run into the ones.
No, but I'm not saying that. My answer to that is, just, brothers, change your pool. Stop fishing at the same pool. You can't keep throwing your rod into a barren pool where there's no fish at. If you come here every day, you ain't catching shit, maybe you got to change your spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got to change where you look. Maybe you got to change how you look. Maybe you got to change, the type of woman you interested in, because they come with a certain type of je ne sais quoi that you may not be into. So sometimes you got to change your pool, your surroundings. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say to that. But I'm not disagreeing with you.
I would agree to that, but there really is no but. But I'm just saying, I just hear the majority of men out here saying the same thing, man.
I hear a lot of it too.
So you can't constantly hear people say the same thing and not realize that there's an issue.
No, I do realize the issue, but you also, what I would say to that is, there is an issue, but we also got to figure out how to solve the problem, right? So we can't keep taking the complaints and not finding a resolution to it. So for me, it's like, all right, if this keep happening in this area, yo, man, I'm changing the pool, bro. And if I keep, I was seeing a female not too long ago, and I felt like she just wanted too much in certain areas and doing too much. Yo, I just changed. And I started noticing that she was like that. This other one was like that. This other one was like that. And I'm like, I don't like that. And I you know what I start doing? Instead of staying in that system, or staying in that situation for a long-term period, and then I wind up falling in love.
Identifying the red flag and keeping it moving.
I'm out.
Now.
And go search another pool,
what's the difference between now and, let's say, 30 years ago? Or 20 to 30 years ago, right? The difference is, you see, back then, you can find a woman that was beautiful, bro, but still had values, right? Like these days, bro, once a woman is an 8 and above, it comes with a mentality.
Yeah, but I also think, I was walking the other day, and I bumped into my neighbor, older West Indian lady. Shout out to my neighbor. She came over to me and she said, you and your brother, y'all raised some sweet girls, bro. He said, be happy about your girls, because they in their 20s and they doing their thing. They ain't got no babies. They carry themselves well. They drive. They graduate. I heard your niece is going to be a doctor, and I see your daughter get up for work every. I don't think this, for me, as having a young woman and having a niece, and my hope is so high because I think it's, and I want to call it the product is what you produce, what you put out there as a father, as a mother. And as long as you got dope fathers out there, as long as you got dope moms still out there, there's a lot of pretty girls out there. Like, so there's a lot of pretty girls with great ambition, great drive, and great morals. It's just that, like I said, we just not in the right pools. So I hear what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing, because when you go on this thing right here, this will fuck you up. This make you think like how most think, hey, ain't shit out there. And you talk to 3 or 4 your niggas.
And I'm not saying, look.
But there's women out there, bro. We're raising them.
There are good women out there, but what I'm telling you is, it's not the majority.
Yeah, but see, what I don't want to do, though, I don't want to take the women that we're raising and keep putting this narrative and tainting even them. Because they keep hearing us as fathers say that, yes, we can address and acknowledge that, this ain't what you're supposed to be, and this is where you're supposed to be at. But there's still great ones, and you're one of them. So we have to still acknowledge that.
Of course. But,
those women are out there because they there.
But if you don't acknowledge the issue will never be addressed. No, I'm saying that,
but we also got to...
Because we can't honestly say that there... Bro, everyone says it. There is an issue.
No, I'm not saying that it's not an issue, but we also got to find the solutions and also big up the ones that's doing it the right way, so they could come out the woodworks and be like, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? Stop hiding whatever they hiding at and come outside. You know what I mean? But listen, man, we gotta get to these topics. Real quick, NBA news. Chauncey Billups. Who else? Damon Jones and Terry Rozier was all arrested last week. I guess it was all over the news for legal gambling, some for betting poker, and some for Terry Rozier for betting on games. And so all y'all parlays that was fucked up, blame Terry. I was thinking about that.
You do sports betting?
I tried it, but this ain't for me. The niggas with the parlays. Do the sport betting company got to give you back your money?
I have no idea.
For a nigga that cheated? I don't know. That's something to look into. But, yeah. My question is, you really got to have a gambling addiction to be doing some shit like this. If you make, $5, $20 million and you out here risking that shit, like, for you got to have a problem.
Bro. I think gambling addictions are about to increase, because it's not only the sports betting now, but now they got that new app where you can bet on every and anything. Like if Trump is having a speech, you can bet if he's going to say something stupid. You can bet on what the temperature is going to be tomorrow. Like, bruh, and you got to understand that we're approaching bad economic times, and now you're putting this false hope, right? Like on betting, and so many people are going to be betting the little bit of money that they have, hoping to make something.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. I don't know how, but this being an NBA player, I make so much guaranteed bread, bro. Like, what the fuck? Why would you?
Because it's a high. A lot of people get a high from betting, from gambling.
You're going to chase that high in jail, And, another thing I want to address, too, because they showed all the basketball players and the coach and all that shit. And they said mobsters was involved. Why they ain't show none of them niggas on the news?
Because they got the complexion for the protection.
I guess so. Yo, I saw this story, man. This shit pissed me the fuck off. I don't know who the fuck this was, but it pissed me off. It was a homeowner in Florida somewhere, right? And they was getting some work, some contract work done at the crib. And $31,000 to be exact at the crib. And they got the work done, but she refused to pay the workers until they showed her their green card. It's the type of shit. Like, what the fuck is that? So you don't want to pay. You didn't say, yo, I'm only having Americans work on my shit, but you let them do the work and then say, yo.
She's using the system.
Yo.
She's being an American.
That shit is wild.
That's as American as apple pie.
That shit is wild, bro.
That's as American as apple pie.
That shit is wild, bro. They need to beat your ass.
I just saw a video that ICE raided a strip club. I forgot where it was. I think it was in I want to say it was in Texas.
I want to know something with ICE. Got a couple questions about ICE. One, why do y'all only run up on Hispanics and blacks, right? There's mad Russian people in this country that don't belong here. Mad people from England, Spain, fucking Germany, all over Europe. Undocumented is not here. I work with a couple of them. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's fucked up.
No. I said I worked, not work with them prison now. I work with a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, ICE gonna pop up at Woodstock now. Walkers and Styles.
There's no white people here. What are you talking about?
Bro, it's called a joke.
Oh, listen, what you talking about? I don't understand how y'all don't run up on. If everybody gonna get it, everybody should just get it. Like, I just think it's crazy. That's one. And two, this is the thing about ICE to me. I've never seen police cover their face.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But this ICE thing,
they be running around with Pooh Shiesties.
Only see criminals masked up. So is it that you're so ashamed of what you're doing, you gotta mask up because you're a criminal and like a gang? Because if you was the hero, you would have showed your face like Superman. I don't understand y'all niggas. Like, y'all niggas got the same mask a criminal got on.
Only villains wear masks.
And now, listen, you see...
Or superheroes to hide their secret identity.
Yeah, they're not hiding their secret identity. But you seen, I don't know if you've seen a case, 2 cases got thrown out. One got rewarded, 2 cases got beat because the ICE ran up in their crib and one of the guys killed the ICE agent.
Oh, yeah.
And another guy shot an ICE agent. And the judge awarded one of them $3.1 million because the judge was like, yo, listen, he agreed. You walked in here. Y'all didn't have no paperwork.
You didn't identify yourself.
Y'all got masks on. Y'all ain't identify yourself. You got your ass clapped. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you really doing God's work and the nation work, why you masked up?
You think Trump is God?
No, that's what they say. Because, Trump is like, they all Christian and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, if y'all doing God's work, why you masked up? Why you hiding, bro? If you ain't ashamed, take your mask off, bro, when you run up on down. Because it's harder to run up on the downable person when you showing your face, bare face, and they got to see you and look you in your face and be like, you really doing this shit? But you can hide behind that shit and you go to sleep at night. But I bet you took that mask off, you wouldn't sleep at night. But, that's all I want to say with that. Yo, I saw this. This is kind of crazy, Mo, this shit right here. This lady, she was in the middle of the street. She was like on her phone, like this, like walking and talking on her phone, looking down.
Oh, and the bus was about to hit her?
And this truck was about to hit her some shit, and the man came to save her. And then she charged the nigga with sexual harassment.
Sexual assault.
Sexual
for
assault.
touching her unconsented.
And it was on video. And the man clearly looked like he was saving her life. Like he just grabbed her and pushed her out the way. It was like, and man walked off. Like, you okay?
Do you see what men have to deal with? No, listen, this entire show, do you see what men have to deal with?
That shit, see, now you're making more right. That shit was crazy.
This is what I'm saying. Do you see what men have to do?
That shit was crazy.
This is the world that we are now living in.
That shit is crazy. But a judge should overturn it because they're going to say, was his intent just to grab her?
Since when does intent matter now?
No, that's how it's supposed to go.
But this is what I'm saying. Intent no longer matters.
Because you seen the truck about to hit her.
Because remember,
and you see her not paying attention.
We live in a world where it isn't about the reality. It's about how you made the person feel.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Quick question. I don't even want to go ahead because Mo been on a tangent today with the ladies. I don't even know.
I ain't got nothing against the ladies.
I don't know if I want to go ahead.
No, go there.
Do you think women can sleep around as much as men sleep around? That was quick.
Listen, I do believe that a single woman cannot be faithful to herself. She's free to live her life as she pleases.
Please, yeah, 100%.
But as an adult, you need to also understand that there's consequences to your decisions. You know what I mean? So when certain men won't take you serious, don't call them insecure. because at the end of the day, just as you have the right to feel how you feel, they have the right to feel how they feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think women should. I think a woman has the right to do whatever she wants. But just because you have the right to do what you want doesn't mean it's gonna work out for you. You know what I'm saying? I got the right to leave here and go shoot somebody if I want to. I'll do it if I want to, but there's consequences behind that. And I think as a woman, you got to remember there's consequences about your name. And if you don't want to sully your name, and you may not sully it in the immediate future, right? But as the word get around about you, who you are, it may be harder for you to. It's like fucking up your credit young. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck about your credit, right? Like, oh yeah, you know, I didn't pay this bill, I didn't pay this credit card, and then you go to buy your first house, right? And then that's when all the shit come back to you. I remember when I bought my first crib, right? And you know what happened? All my past shit came back to haunt me. Shit I didn't pay. I had to pay up so much shit in the beginning so I could be in good standing to get my credit right. And even with the bank to get it right. I had to pay off so much debt that I had because I grew around not taking my credit for value. I didn't think it was, you know what I mean? Because at that time, especially when you go, because everything was cash. Like, I got the money, I pay. I don't give a fuck about that credit shit. Yeah. Go buy your first car, go buy your first house. Man, you see how much credit is. So, ladies, I'm going to tell you, vaginas is just like that. Go put it out there and go put it out there, and then let you see, tell the nigga, let you see what it's worth. And you pretty ones are even more gassed up because you think you're pretty. You're not pretty for that long. And when I mean that, you can still be pretty and get pretty in age. When you start dealing with male men, you start getting worn out. You may not see, you might put the makeup on it or filters on it to hide all the shit, but niggas are going, what men do, and it's more y'all than men. Men start going, she old news, man. They're going to get the younger new hoe. You know what I'm saying?
But you do also.
And push you to the side. So all y'all chicks that feel like, oh yeah, I can sleep around with many guys as I want, you can do what the fuck you want to do. But it's not going to work out for you in the long run. Y'all women that feel like, oh, he cheated and I'm going to go cheat back, that's the dumbest shit y'all could ever do because you look like the hoe. Remember, as men, we get congratulated for sleeping around.
But let's take it to
y'all don't get congratulated.
Let's take it to science. You know, they do also say that once a woman has had more than 5 partners, it makes it more difficult for her to connect with someone emotionally, right?
I can see that.
Also as well, once again, man, I think it's just society trying to rewrite God's rules, man. The reality is every female is born with their value. And as they go through life, what they have to do is protect that value. Whereas men are born with no value and we have to earn our value as we go through life. Like, that's just the way it is, you know. And the truth is, and when women sleep around, like y'all, look, and I'm not saying that there aren't women that don't care. Yeah, some of y'all don't care. But the truth is, the majority of women, it eats at them inside, bro, when they just sleep around with multiple men. Like, it does. And I know that when y'all laying in that bed before y'all go to sleep at night, like, it eats at y'all. Because so many women pretend to be so happy about stuff like that. Like, you know, when the truth is, a lot of y'all internally are living in misery. It just is what it is. That's why a lot of women go into depression, man. Everybody needs love. Everybody. And I don't care what y'all say.
What the world needs now.
Yeah, especially the world of today.
Sweet love.
Everybody needs love,
it's
man.
The only thing that the world is too little love. What the world, you gotta sing with me?
No.
Needs now is love. Come on, Mo.
No.
Sweet love. It's the only thing that the world is too little love.
He doesn't even know the damn words.
That's not the words?
No.
How it go?
I don't know.
That is the words, man.
No, it's not.
It is the words. No. It is the fucking words, man. Fuck out of here. Don't try to diss my song. Anyway. Yo, real quick before we say we out, man. Prayers for Jamaica. Right now they're experiencing a Category 5 hurricane towards the island.
185 mile per hour wind.
I got family in Jamaica. I did call on them, check on them earlier. Everybody was good. But pray for those that's out there in Jamaica. The hurricane also hit parts of Haiti. It hit parts of Dominican Republic. But right now, the strongest part of it now is in Jamaica. So we pray for all Jamaicans. And yeah, man, if those that got family out there, check on your family members, and they're gonna be needing us in the next coming weeks. So, you know what I mean? Just prayers up to Jamaica, man. God bless.
Prayers up.
And on that note, man,
Shout out to Quick Clean Sneaker Wipes. Photo shoot fresh in a minute
or less.
On that note,
Brooklyn, we out. Shout out to Woodstack. Shout out to Peter.
Wood Stays
Big Kenny, Suave. Shout out to
Swizzle.
Andy. The new Woodstack store is coming soon, man. It's gonna be on 145th Street. More details to come. And they got these only one sweatsuits. I had a sweater on last week. They hard, man. The sweatsuits are real nice, so go check out those new only one sweatsuits, man. Brooklyn.
We out.